What's up, Inland Empire? Welcome to the What's Up IE podcast. I'm Jessica Q, your host. And if you are, just tuning in for the first time, this is a show about connecting you guys to, different people in the community, opportunities, resources. But also one of the things that I really want to utilize this platform for is to really highlight people that are making a difference in the community, and to inspire you guys. Cause sometimes I feel like, we just, it's nice to see somebody else is doing something, and then that motivates us to say, hey, you know what? We can do it. We can do it. So today I've got Lisa McCool. How are you doing, Lisa?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Thank you. So Lisa's a friend of mine. We met through the Unforgettables Foundation. So hopefully you guys got to check out that episode. But we've connected, and Lisa's amazing. First of all, I want to start with, Lisa's out there. She's, making a difference with different organizations, foundations. You're part of the Unforgettables Foundation. Any other foundations?
Yes. I also do philanthropy work with the Beloved Foundation, like you mentioned, the Unforgettables, Redlands Bowl. I'm doing Kimberly Crust, the soiree that's coming up soon. And I think that's about it.
That's it, but that's a lot.
Yeah, I stay busy for sure. For sure.
You do. And you're a resident from the Inland Empire. Let's give everybody a little background about yourself, and so you're in Redlands, you have a family.
Yes. So I'm married. I have a boy who's 20 now, and he graduated high school last year. He's special needs, so he's still with us at home and will be for as long as we live.
Okay. And that's actually, Nate is going to be the topic. Nathan is going to be the topic of today. And so Nathan, can you tell everybody a little bit about Nathan, or Nate? What do you prefer to refer?
I call him Nathan.
Yeah.
Nate. Nate's the name of his business. So Nathan was diagnosed with autism at the age about 5 years old. And at that time, Nathan wasn't able to talk or walk. And, it just seemed like he was probably never going to do so. That's according to the doctors, that he wasn't going to be able to talk or walk. But, with lots of therapy and early intervention, we were able to, he was able to reach certain milestones. He's had a few surgeries that corrected him. And that's how he was able to walk. He was walking on his toes. And after surgery, he walked flat. So now you see him without braces, and he's walking and jumping and talking and talking nonstop.
Yes,
all the time.
No, he's a talker. Yes. No, and it's amazing. And this was not supposed to be his future. This, the doctors told you that he was actually so it's a miracle. I'm sure they look at this and say, oh, wow, it's a miracle.
Yes, and it's just typical of kids. They get misdiagnosed, or doctors I don't know why. It just seems like they weren't giving me much hope, but I took it upon myself to help Nathan. And I was going to be the one that was going to be able to help him. It wasn't going to be the doctors or educators. It had to come from home. And so I was very involved with Nathan. I became an advocate for Nathan and his peers. I helped a lot of parents, with different resources. And that's kind of how I got involved with my son. And I realized that it was more than just helping my son. It was helping others, because I went through a struggle. I went through what's called individual education plans, and that's through those schools. And I would leave crying, and I felt powerless, and I felt like I didn't know really anything about the educational system when it came to special needs kids. So I started learning. I started doing boot camps. I started getting more involved, and that's how we were able to turn things around for Nathan when it came to his education and getting him the support that he needed through school.
Wow. And so you changed it around. You changed everything. You basically flipped the script.
Absolutely. We did. There was a time where Nathan was told he wasn't going to be able to read. And I'm like, he can read. If he can sound out his words and he can distinguish the alphabet, he is going to be able to read. And they're like, no, he can't. He's not, progressing. And I said, okay, watch. So by the end of summer, when he started school the following year, he could read. So
Amazing.
He reads. So then I realized it's like, wait, there is no limit. It's like society, the educators, the doctors, they're all putting barriers on what our kids can do. Mm-hmm. And if we believe that, then we become a
you
statistic.
believe it, and then you're blocking, you're blocking the opportunity.
We become a statistic.
Yeah.
We become dependent on what my child can ever earn, which is a Social Security benefit check. But it's more than that. And I always felt that it was more than that. And I've been was self-employed for many years. My family was self-employed. So I kind of grew up with that entrepreneurship. And from there, I started a business, and then I stopped working for a few years to take care of Nathan and his younger brother. And just recently, he graduated high school. And it's like, what's next for him?
What's next? And before we get into what's next, we're going to go take a quick commercial break so we can find out who's sponsoring today's show. And we'll be right back.
Do you need help reaching more customers? At NB Media, we're a full-service advertising agency offering social media marketing, Hulu, Spotify, billboards, photo shoots, radio, TV, and websites. To see what else we offer, visit www.nb.media or call 951-777-1947.
All right, we are back with Lisa McCool, and she's about to tell us what happened next. So your son, Nathan, graduates high school, and what's next? After all these things you were told to limit and block you from moving any more forward with him, what happened? Tell us.
Well, he did have some awesome teachers in high school, and I worked so well with her. Once I learned a little bit about how the education system works for special needs kids, I was able to get Nathan the correct support that he needed. And that was through the IEPs. He had a great teacher in high school, and we developed a friendship. We developed a program that was going to work for Nathan. Nathan, he blossomed in high school. Once he graduated, like I said, what's next, right?
Yeah.
So now summer comes. It's his first summer. And he, like every typical kid, he's home. He's watching TV. He's home watching his videos, and he's home. He doesn't have friends. It's just very hard for our kids to make friends. He doesn't drive, right? I have another son that had graduated, and he's a year younger. He drives. He has a girlfriend. He has a job. None of this is possible for Nathan. I mean, he might get a girlfriend one day, but it's going to be within our community. And so what was next is like, I don't want Nathan sitting at home all day. And I would call other parents, and I'm like, what is your child doing? Same thing. The parents work and they're gone all day, and their children sit home all day. 8 hours, 9 hours, sometimes even 12 hours.
Yeah.
So then I started thinking, why don't I start something for Nathan and his friends? And this is where Nate's Fruit Fusion came. It had to be something easy. It had to be something that didn't require a lot of labor or lifting. And it had to be something that I was going to be able to do too, because I knew that I was going to have to be the workforce. Yeah. Right. So we started by making drinks. So we started, I started drinking hibiscus water, which is Jamaica in Spanish.
Jamaica.
And I was drinking it just because I didn't want to drink sodas anymore. And I just don't.
And this has a lot of benefits too, right? Weight loss and like, I think it's really good for your skin.
Anti-inflammatory, antidepressant. It's a pick-me-up. And then we would infuse it with cinnamon sticks and oranges. And so I just started creating recipes. I had him tasting the samples, and he loved them. And I'm like, why not bottle it? So we started bottling the drinks, and I just started contacting my friends, sharing them at the gym. He was getting orders. We were driving around all summer. I'd pick up his friends, and they'd come along, and we'd go drop them off at, friends, like I said, at my beauty salon, the gym, just other people in town. Martha Green was a big supporter.
Yeah, go ahead. Shout them out. Who supported this, Nate's new business? He's well known in the community. For one, he went to, I think, every single school. It's just the way the system works. He almost goes to a different school because a different school will host like that program. So he knows a lot of people. He's super friendly, like we mentioned, and I've met Nathan, and he is super friendly, super sweet, and he has friends everywhere. Jack Toys loves him. Martha Green's Eatery loves him, and so we went with the people that we knew that would support him, because all these years he supported these businesses, right? So they did. And they would buy them. And we started kind of selling subscriptions, like where you would get a weekly subscription of drinks. I love it. And that's how he started. And because
he's out in the community so much, and I've always taken him out, whether it's to the Redlands Bowl concerts or just walking downtown. I've always had Nathan out. Even though he's different, he's part of the community. He's part of us. So people just and I had a business on State Street. So that's how he knew everyone on State and in that area.
Oh, okay.
So then, they supported us, and one thing led to another. I had a friend that asked if Nathan could come to the pickleball courts. And I'm like, sure. And I went immediately to go talk to Dave there. And they're like, yeah, we'll have you guys. We'll take you guys Monday, Wednesdays. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're actually going to have a job now.
So now you have like a location. Yeah. So it's like you're kind of like a brick and mortar, but
kind of. Yeah, like a pop-up. Yeah, exactly.
But it was like an actual place now instead of deliveries.
So I was like, whoa, wait, what? Cool. So when, now that I'm dealing with the city, I had to get permitted. So I did my food handlers, a cottage kitchen, so I can make the drinks at home, and any foods that we decide to bring on. Then I got the city permit, sales permit, and we got legit, even insurance, right? So we got legit. And because I've been in business before, I knew what it took. So then we started making the drinks. I think our first batch was maybe a little too sweet. We're dealing more with seniors, so they wanted something that was a little more light. So we kind of lightened the recipe. We kind of modified the recipe a little bit. And so we're there. And we've been there now 2 months, I believe.
Wow.
So what was cool about this is the little kids, the kids, I don't want to say little, the kids that would come along with me became our helpers. So there wasn't a lot of money to be made at first, and we're still working on that, right? It's a slow process.
Yeah.
And the kids would come volunteer. So now, like, they would drop off the kids, and instead of, the kids staying home, they would come along, and they would stay with me for those hours, and then someone would come pick them up. So it was just so nice to see how the pickleball community and the Redlands community accepted the kids. Aww. And we got to know a lot of people there. And so now 2 months in, we have our juices. We're getting ready to change our recipes to more of like maybe horchata, pumpkin spice.
Oh, watch out. Okay, for the holidays.
So maybe some apple cider stuff. We're going to probably bring in some coffees. But the great thing about this is that now we've been asked to do the weekends. Okay. So weekends are great because there's more, more activity there. He's also been asked to do 5Ks. So he has one coming up in October, I think 7th. And then he's doing a pickleball tournament in Yucaipa. So he's kind of being asked to do different events, and we're for it because we get to bring the kids along. So one thing I haven't mentioned yet is that when summer was over, I was like, oh my gosh, we're done. Thank goodness, right? Because
but it doesn't sound like you're going to be done.
No. So then I get a call from Nathan's teacher, and she says, can I bring the kids, her kids? Because now they're still in school, but it's a transitional work program.
Okay.
So kind of like an ROP kind of a deal.
So hold on. We're going to go take a quick commercial break, and then I want to hear this. Okay. And then also I want to let everybody know how they can connect with you. All right, let's check out our sponsor.
Do you need help reaching more customers? At NB Media, we're a full-service advertising agency offering social media marketing, Hulu, Spotify, billboards, photo shoots, radio, TV, and websites. To see what else we offer, visit www.nb.media or call 951-777-1947.
All right, we are back. Thank you so much to our sponsor. And now we're back with Lisa. And so go ahead.
So then when we thought we were done, because I'm loading and unloading tables and tents, and, Nathan is limited, so he can't really help with the physical work. Yeah. And I was like, oh, thank goodness this is over. Nathan's going to go back to his transitional work program. And no, I get a call from the teacher. She's like, hey, can you take our kids? I'm like, heck yeah, because that was the whole dream to begin with. I just didn't know it was going to happen so soon. I was going to wait for Nathan to be done with his program, and then I was going to help him with the business. But now I can't stop. And when I thought I think God had different plans. He goes, no, we're just getting started with you. Yeah. So now we have the kids get vanned over to our location, and we get 2 to 3 kids with an aide. And now like they're integrated with the pickleballers, with the community, with the seniors. So we're slowly expanding, and it's like our dreams coming true. But again, it's not my plan. It's God's plan, and he decides when. So I'm just taking
You're just going
his
with
lead,
it. Yeah. I love that. That's such a beautiful story, and it's so inspirational, So yes, thank you so much, for coming and telling everybody this story. And it's like, now these kids have an opportunity to be out there, to be, just regular kids or, people.
Right.
Right. And so you give them that opportunity.
This was our thing. It's like, if they're not going to hire him, Nathan's going to start his own, and he's going to hire his peers.
Yeah.
He's going to hire others like him. And in the future, we hope to open a business. We're still taking the baby steps, but we plan on doing this in about a year or two.
Okay.
Again, God's plan. So who knows, right? Could be sooner. And we're going to bring in our drinks and maybe other specialty drinks and food. And we're going to hire special need only. I wouldn't say only, because I don't want to discriminate against the general the general people.
Yeah, but they'll understand.
But we do need,
let's give this to our special needs.
But we need
people,
everyone.
Yeah.
But we're going to focus on hiring special needs.
Okay, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. And I can't wait to watch, this, just grow and build. And I mean, you've already done such amazing things in just a few months.
I know. When it's really meant to be, and when it's meant for you, it is. And you have to recognize that, and you have to just go with it.
Yes.
So it's hard work. It's not easy.
Yeah.
But it's leading to something.
And it's worth it in the long run.
It's worth it in the long run.
Yeah.
It's worth it for my son. It's worth it for other kids. It's a place where the parents get to connect to, because they're bringing their children. The kids after high school, really, you're on your own.
Yeah.
You're on your own. There's day programs, and I've seen them, and I don't, want to say anything bad about day programs, but I want something that's going to be really inclusive, that's going to include the kids, put them out there, have them be part of the community, and just let everyone know we are all in it together.
Yeah. And I'm sure that's a concern for other parents as well that have their children in there, because it's one thing to have a mother's and a father's, attention to a child and what they need compared to having somebody that, spends a few hours with them. So it's really amazing what you're doing. Thank you so much. How can people get connected? So it's Nate's Fruit Fusion on Instagram.
Yeah. So we're 2 months in. Like I said, we're going to work on a YouTube and doing some Facebook
and all the other TikToks and all that. Okay.
Social
but
media.
For now, Instagram, they can stay connected, and then you'll announce all those new pages coming soon.
Yeah,
awesome. I love it. And I'm sure people will love to follow your story and hear how it goes. And, like you could make a show out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I think it'd be really cool. So so thank you so much.
Thank you.
And, just one last, thing before we sign off is, sometimes we see something in front of us and we're told that, oh, well, this is how it is, and this is what it's going to be. And it's not necessarily always like that. And that can come from, people around you, or like this situation, it was like doctors, So just, always keep an open mind and don't block yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to see for yourself if you can't, but everybody can. I don't think you can't. So, right?
Right.
All right. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Bye.